Identity, because Fractured Identity is a fucking house. It will lock us into blue right away, but white's always open, and there's so many powerful blue cards that we can make it work. Hopefully. Gideon Jura? I don't know. This hit back isn't very good either. Could take Toxic Deluge, but I don't really want to be in black. Force. Time Warp. Garbage. Brazen Borrower. That's a good blue card. Top. Well, I'm not playing anything else. I hate top. I think it's overrated, especially in a deck like in limited, and it just takes forever to use. But I'm not playing Bloodbraid Elf in this deck. We're gonna take top. Moat, Wall of Omens, Smokestack. Is this the Moat deck? It might be. Although I do like drafting Gideons that can attack. And the Moat does stymie that plan. Maybe a Wall of Omens is better. Moat it is. Wow, a fetch land? Emery? Look at the city about to pass Koth of the Hammer. Yeah, sorry, I guess I biffed it. This pack sucks, and I'm taking this fetch land because, well, Trinket Mage gets top. I don't care. Maybe we want to splash something. Land tax. Boom. Land tax it is. Hopefully there's more blue cards in the next pack. We got the Brazen Bar pretty late though, and that Force was like pack like 3 or 4. Council's Judgment, insane. Nismark used modified automod properties. What does that mean? What did you do, Nismark? You bitch.
What?
You did something. It said you used mod properties.
Oh, don't worry about it.
Okay. Okay, we're waiting for some people to take... These packs have been pretty bad, so I guess it doesn't surprise me too much that we're waiting for people to take their picks. Pernicious Deed. Terramander. I guess Terramander is closer to being castable for us than Legion's Landing. Student of Warfare, Bone Shredder. Is this card good? I think it sucks. But it's a white card, I'll take it.
It exiles cards that are in graveyards?
You get 3 creatures that are either on the battlefield or in the graveyard. But then
and
if
it
you
goes back to their hands when it dies.
yeah,
That seems decent.
actually yeah, I didn't realize it went back to their hands.
That's better than Angel of Sanctions, and depending on the matchup.
Yeah. Okay, I'm sold. It's fine. It is 7 mana though.
It's infinity mana. We're not playing it.
Mentor, Batterskull. No blue cards to take. Batterskull, if we get the Stoneforge Mystic, is pretty sick. But the Mentor is a trash 3-drop that I don't want to play. So, Batterskull. We'll get the Stoneforge
I'm
Mystic.
replacing the shiny poop emote with just Monastery Mentor.
No.
Same thing.
Well, it is the same thing. Ugin, Bribery, Stoneforge Mystic. Ah! Take the Bribery and hope to wield a Mystic. Because we already have the Batterskull. Is anybody taking Mystic if we have the Batterskull? I think Bribery, Stoneforge will probably wield. That's what I think too. Because no one else can have the Batterskull. And that's the number one reason to draft Stoneforge Mystic. There's also the Seam Chrome Coast, which I do to see. But Bribery is like so nutty. So nutty. Got him. Caracas. Nothing in this pack is playable. I guess we could take the Dak Faden, and then if we get a red duel, we could splash it. If we get like Volcanic Island, we could fetch it with our Wooded Foothills. It's a maybe though. Caracas just doesn't really excite me, and Dak Faden might be a cool splash. The Shamley event might be more responsible though. But it's a pretty bad dual land as far as dual lands go. The Zawadu though, I think it's Sower. Sower can really get your opponent if they're not ready for it. Don't I wish I had the Vents Ranguish I'm making? Well, kinda, but not really. I'm fine. We do have land tax, so we can splash all the colors in the world if we wanted to. Factor Fiction. I think I'm just going to take all the blue cards that I see if I have the option to, because then people will stop drafting the blue cards that I want. Hopefully. Can you ever draft so much blue that other people get cut off of it though? Maybe the person immediately to my left, since we're going counterclockwise, and then they'll pass me some blue cards. Impulse, Snapcaster Mage, Scrubland, Avalanche Riders? Avalanche Riders, guys? Snapcaster Mage is pretty strong, but we've drafted Snapcaster Mage a number of times and just not had anything to get with it, and cantrips are powerful.
This Scarab God is in that pack.
The Scarab God is in this pack. I don't think we need another 5-drop that wins the game, though. We have 3. And we want cantrips. Baneslayer Angel. Speaking of 5-drops that win the game. Torrential Gearhole can flashback Factor Fiction and Impulse. It's kind of funny because I just gave a reason why we didn't want Snapcaster Mage, but I mean Snapcaster Mage would have been fine. We just like Impulse is like one of the best things to have in the deck if we want to have Snapcaster Mage, and we couldn't.
Torrential Gearhulk is a fatty.
Torrential Gearhulk is a fatty. Worst case scenario, it's a 5/6 with flash, eats a attacker. So what do we want? We want like a Wrath of God. Well, Elspeth. There's a red duel. I don't care. We're probably not playing red. Okay, Unexpectedly Absent. Or Mentor. I think Unexpectedly Absent is better. We need... Oh! The Storm Mystic Wield and the Seachrome Coast Wield. Seachrome Coast might be more important than Stoneforge Mystic at this point. Oh, and Winds of Abandon. Just like the nuttiest white removal spell ever.
It's not like you need Stoneforge Mystic to cast Batterskull.
That's true. We passed the Winds of Abandon when we took the Seachrome Coast. We needed a... We needed it. We needed a dual land to cast all our double white, double blue spells. So I don't think we're going to be playing Brimaz or Brightling, but sideboard. There's the Valk. There's the Polluted Delta. Treachery. Oof. Oof, this pack is good. I think it's Polluted Delta because we're probably not on red. And if we get a blue-white duel, it'll be sick. Counterspell. Ding, 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 ding. Delta. You got it. Okay, we really want Tundra. Or Hollowed Fountain. Tundra! Ah! Ah! We did it! We hit the Tundra! Called shot. Let's go. Free. Can we get both? Brainstorm? With land tax? Turn it into Ancestral Recall? Cast Brainstorm, put 2 basics back, get them back with the land tax. Urza. Plateau for the red splash. Plow. Wait, I didn't see plow. Whoops. That's an easy one. Teferi, Hero of Dominaria. But we are not passing that one. There's also a V-Click and an O-Ring. Wow. Vista, easy. Vegetable, got him. Day of Judgment, got him. Wow, that's the latest Ulamog I've ever seen. That's crazy. But we needed a Wrath. Manatithe? Probe? Should I take the Manatithe? Just get him? The white Force Spike?
It might be Wear Tear for the sideboard.
Wear Tear for the sideboard? Probe is so good.
It is free.
Probe is so good. I don't know how much I like paying 2 life in my blue-eye control deck, but
This isn't the Gitaxian Probe deck.
But you don't have to pay 2 life for it to cantrip.
You can flash it back.
And you can flash. You can't flash. Well, no, you can't flash it back with Torrential Gear Hulk.
Is it a sorcery?
Yeah, it's a sorcery.
Oh.
I guess we'll take a Mirror Angel. We're probably not playing it. Relic Warder for the sideboard. Lingering Souls. Mazavith? Sure. Maybe. Maybe sideboard. Okay. Just waiting on the draft. This deck is pretty sick. Hollowed Spirit Keeper, just what we needed the whole time to really just lock it in. Angel's bad. Batterskull, sideboard. I don't want to play top, so it's out of there. Moat. Do we want a creature Oblivion Ring that's only for creatures? Probably not. Could cut Moat and not feel bad about it at all. Doesn't feel super necessary.
Especially after you cut like your biggest flyer.
Oh, the Angel?
Yeah.
Well, we have a Mirror Angel, we have Sower, we have Brazen Borrower.
You could always just tuck them out with Teferi when it was time to beat.
You can always tuck the Moat with Teferi. Our deck is actually a little light on playables, and I'm excited to play. Might need to bring the Batterskull back in. Because like a Mirror Angel, I'm not super excited about. Gush, I'm not super excited about. Although Gush and land tax, well, that doesn't really do anything. But I think this is fine. Paying 5 mana for Gush is like fine. Oh, is Mazavith better than Gush? It might be. You can also Torrential Gear Hulk Gush. I think this is fine. Okay. No. What is no? You said the word no. Should I? Are you asking if I should? Was a no to Batterskull over Gush? Drawing cards is best. Yeah. Seems. Well, we had a white source. It's turn 1 Probe, turn 2 Impulse, turn 3 Brimaz. And if we hit a couple lands, we can get turn 5 Bribery. And this is white aggro. Brimaz seems good. Hopefully we can get that. Last time we played against white aggro and I Briberied them, I got a Baneslayer Angel, and then they cast Flicker Wisp, and it was the most devastating thing that ever happened to me. I think drawing Plow would be good here. What the fuck? Why does he have Thran Dynamo in his deck? Thran Dynamo, Mazavith? These do not go in the white aggro deck. And I'm assuming he's on white aggro because he's a Legion's Landing. So he's a billion mana away from casting anything other than Giver. Okay. We're fine. Ooh, if we steal the Sower, I mean, if we use the Sower to steal the Giver, then we can use the Giver to protect the Sower so we don't lose it. It's pretty sweet. Okay, Plains gone, Giver gone. His hand is a spell that isn't a land and garbage. That's really expensive. Okay. Well, we can chill. If he plays a creature, he'll be able to flip his Legion's Landing, but he'd have to attack with the Giver to do that. And we'll have Brimaz on the field. So he drew another land. Lucky him. Like, what is this Thran Dynamo for? What could he possibly need that to cast? Okay, so this isn't the white aggro deck. Or it is, but he also has a bunch of ramp artifacts in it. Weird. We can Fracture Identity to get rid of his Batterskull and make our own Batterskull, which we wouldn't be able to bounce to our hand, but it would still make a germ and we could equip it to something later. We can also use it to kill like Baneslayer Angel or something. Because we're gonna Sower the Giver. Pretty much guaranteed next turn. This man has made some questionable choices. Doesn't it cost 5? Sower of Temptation costs 4. Bribery costs 5. And Fractured Identity costs 5. We got a 4-mana boy right here. I am telling you, in fact, that Sower of Temptation and Fractured Identity are not the same card. I know this is surprising news to hear. Okay, he's thinking really hard at what he's going to do. Batterskull. Okay. It's happening. It's annoying that he was able to do that now. So he went land, Signet land, which let him cast everything in the world. So now it'll be difficult to Fracture Identity the Batterskull because he can just bounce it to his hand in response. But we're still gonna take his, we're still gonna Sower Giver because it protects all of his creatures from our removal. And having his Giver is actually going to be really good for us. Because if we have Giver, he can't attack with the Batterskull Germ because the Brimaz will, well, I mean, he can. The Brimaz will double block it. He'll deal 4 damage to the token, gain 4 life, and then he won't have the germ anymore. So, yep. And so Giver protects Sower of Temptation from a removal spell, and if we Bribery him, it'll protect whatever we get with Bribery from Flicker Wisp. Can you assign 0 damage to a blocker? I don't know, but I think he'd be able to assign, well, yeah, I don't know how the damage would work, because he would have to assign all 4 to Brimaz before he could assign damage to the 1/1 if he couldn't reorder the blockers. But I think he can reorder the blockers, so he would just deal 1 damage to the. Oh, and whatever. Yeah, if he assigns blockers first, whatever he assigns damage to, that would be what we would sower because he couldn't kill both. Definitely a weird interaction here. Where's Grinch when you need him? Dynamo is online. Wow. Wow. Are you serious? So you're telling me that this man went land, he kept a 2 planes in Maze of Ith hand, and he went 2 lands, he went land, mana ramp, land, and then a removal spell for the sower the turn that, the last turn that he could have drawn it. Yeah, your keyboard is insanely loud. I gotta say, guys, I'm a little annoyed by the turn of events that transpired there, but we can now fracture identity as Batterskull, which is easily the scariest card that he could have. And yeah, that's all there is to that. Eventually we will remove this Fairgrounds Ward and get our sower back, take his Giver. Oh, the Giver will be annoying to deal with if he, or the Fairgrounds Warden will be annoying to deal with if he untaps with the Giver. But I still think it's right. Because I don't think we have any other way to get rid of the Batterskull quite as cleanly as this. And next turn we can play Elspeth with Force backup, and then I don't care. I don't think it matters what he does. He has Maze of Ith, so no point in attacking. Silver Blade Paladin. Don't give a shit. The fact that Giver of Runes can give a creature pro white, so then he could attack through all of our 1/1s is a little annoying. We do have the Germ, so we should be fine, but like a Silver Blade Paladin gave something scary, double strike. Wow, he paired it with the 1/1? Well, I thought he was going to save it. Now I'm not worried about it at all. Well, I guess it can kill anything that blocks it, but... Now we just make jump blockers until we ultimate Elspeth, and the game is over. And we have Force backup. He has no cards in his hand. I think this guy's deck is terrible. Like, I don't know what he could possibly need all these ramp spells for that would make his white deck good. Like, I guess if he's playing... Like, right now he has 4 or 5, he has 8 mana. If he's playing like an Eldrazi or something, then I guess we would be in a little bit of trouble because we're playing blue-white control, but he would just never be able to go under anybody when half of his deck is like not white aggro cards. He drew Walking Ballista, Gideon Jura. I think we have to force that. Otherwise, he could have made all of our creatures attack. And then he could have, like, given his Silverblade Paladin. Actually, that might have been an aggressive attack. Although, using the Germ to block the Silverblade Paladin means that the next turn we won't be able to block the Silverblade Paladin. But he can make that happen either way by just giving it pro white. Wow, we drew another land. Kind of gross. Just continuing the streak of drawing twice as many lands as our opponent. Okay, he drew a land. Good. I think he kind of needs to attack this turn. He needs to attack Elspeth and give his Silverblade Paladin pro white. So we have to block with the Germ so that the next turn he can attack in if we don't draw something good. We'll wait to see if we need a Factor Fiction. So now he needs to draw a removal spell for the Germ in order to keep Elspeth from ultimating, and we'll win if we ultimate Elspeth next turn. Give all of our boys +2/+2 and flying. He'll just be dead on board. Sword of Fire and Ice. Okay. Doesn't matter. I think that if he activates the Giver to give his Silverblade Paladin pro white, that I'll cast Factor Fiction in response, and if we hit Plow, we'll plow it. Because it having pro blue doesn't matter. Okay. Well, it doesn't matter what we take here. Probably taking whatever pile has Gideon Jura in it. Although it's probably safer to take whatever pile has Counterspell in it. Because... But I don't think it matters. Because he'll give it pro white. He'll attack. We'll block it with the Germ. And then we'll make the emblem. We'll attack for 18, 20, 2 plus the token, 24. Guess that isn't lethal. Take the Gideon. Yep. We block. Oh, and then we can equip the Batterskull to something. So yeah, he's just dead. He needed to do that last turn. And we do the Council's Judgment. Oh, they get +2/+2, not +1/+1. I did all the math wrong in the world, so they're just totally, utterly dead. Okay. Nice. Aggro deck that has other things going on, I guess. I I guess there's no reason not to bring in, yeah, Leonin Relic Quarter. Bring in some more creatures and cheaper blockers, and then board out some of the more expensive and do nothing draw spells. Maybe Bribery is just bad to have. Ooh, Plains, land tax on the draw. Keep. I guess we might have wanted to force that. I doubt it, though. I doubt that was worth forcing. If he wants to dump all of his mana to make that big, like, we'll just sower it. And if we sower with force back up, I don't think we can lose. Sure. So we just get one island here. Maybe we get two, just in case he doesn't play another land. I think we'll have to discard a card, but that's okay. Yeah, fucking pitch Bribery, who cares? Don't need it, don't want it. He'll probably play a land though. We have force, we can impulse. Next turn we'll have counterspell up. And then the turn after we'll sower his Figure of Destiny. End step, wow. Impulse. Take the Day of Judgment, just in case. If we get a land, we won't be able to... We'll have to discard a card again. Say no. Nice. So we'll have double white next turn if we need it. Resto. I'd force a Resto. I mean counterspell a Resto. Maybe there's just no need to. Yeah, because if we don't counterspell this, we're gonna have to Day of Judgment next turn anyway, and then we won't have counterspell up. Thought would be that we would counterspell whatever he casts this turn, but like if he tries to cast Batterskull, we'll probably just force it. Gideon Jura. It's actually a really annoying card. I think we have to counter that. We get to do this to fill up our hand again. And we drew Torrential Gearhulk so we can factor Fiction and then Torrential Gearhulk. Or just use a Torrential Gearhulk to cast Counterspell. Blast Zone can destroy land tax. I will be sad. No level up. Sun Titan. Okay, they can't get anything back. We don't have an answer to it right now anyway, but Fact or Fiction. We could probably just take whatever pile has Elspeth in it. I don't think we have to. We don't need the plow, and if we do, we can turn Gear Hulk for it back, so it'll be in the graveyard. And we're gonna Day of Judgment next turn either way. I'd probably take the Elspeth even if he. I mean, I think I'm gonna take the Elspeth even if he puts the other land in there. Okay, well, sweet. Gave us even more lands. I'm just gonna get the rest of the lands out of the deck so you don't draw them. Okay, we have Relic Order for Batterskull. We have Elspeth coming down next turn. We have Gear Hulk that can copy, or that can cast Plow. This game is over. I don't know what this guy was doing with his deck building choices. A really, really bad mono white deck. Like, I don't think he can ever beat this Elspeth. What if he has Mana Tithe? Get got by the turn 6 Mana Tithe. Oh, is he blowing up land tax? Or is he putting counters on Blast Zone so we can get up to 6? Okay, it's at 5 loyalty, or 5 blast counters, charge counters. Pitch an island. So I think the only lands left in our deck are Seachrome Coast and Polluted Delta. So we have 9 spells. Elesh Norn. Wow. Well, that's an answer to Elspeth. If we didn't have an answer to the Elesh Norn, which we definitely do. Minus Elspeth. Oh yeah, sure. Seems fine. I mean, yeah, holding up Gear Hulk is better than just using Gear Hulk to plow it, but it doesn't matter. I wonder if he boarded an Elishnorn as an answer to Elspeth. He's like, this is going to be my counter pick. It's going to come in and do so much work. Soul Ring? Damn. It's too bad the guy drafting Soul Ring at just like the worst cube deck I've ever seen. Got him. Just no reason to cast anything. The tokens will kill. I guess I could flash in the Brazen Borrower. Forgot that it has flash. He's up in the blast zone. Upping the blast zone might have been a reason to not minus the Elspeth, but now we're just gonna bounce the Elspeth to our hand with a petty theft. So holding the Elspeth or holding the Brazen Borrower was all part of my plan. And we have 8 lands, so we can petty theft the Elspeth and still have Torrential Gearhulk for counterspell. Blast zone, okay. Oh, you can't petty theft your own permanents? Oh! Thought I was a genius. Well, okay. She gone. Giver of Runes.
That's a pretty good reason to have your Gearhulk be in your hand
When
when they're trying to get their blast zone up to 6.
Yeah, that's true. Can't unexpectedly absent the Maze of Eth. Okay, we kind of have to worry about winning the game in time. As hilarious as that is. Because this mono white aggro player has Maze of Eth. I guess he's not mono white aggro, he's like mono white control. With legions, loyal legion, whatever it's called. A Danto Vanguard in his deck, which is a weird choice. It seems like maybe he was going one direction, he pivoted away partway through the draft. I'll just Relic Order Soul Ring. Just to put another body on the board. Because we have ways of handling the Batterskull. Are Gideon Druids in the graveyard already? Is that true? No? Okay, so we can draw that. And the only land left in the deck is Seacrum Coast. There's 7 spells. Okay. Well, there's Gideon. We'll have to put the shields down on the Torrential Gearhulk for a turn, but that's okay. His Giver will die next turn to something. We have Unexpectedly Absent if he casts Batterskull. Archangel Avacyn. Okay. Did not expect that one. We're going to attack that. Can't use Giver of Runes yet. He does get a free block on the Leonin Relic Order, but so I guess we don't do any combat damage. Maze of Ith, surprisingly annoying against our blue-white control shenanigans going on, but we'll figure it out. I wasn't really thinking about it because I just assumed we were going to win, but we are in another game where our opponent is just taking forever to make every single move. This is like painful. Like he's only got 6 minutes left on his timer. I guess that we're playing a control deck, so we are making the game go longer, but we're in game 2. We already lost game 1, so nice. There's a land. He has to either attack with the Giver or use the Giver to give itself. Oh, he can't, so he has to attack. He can remove it from combat because he can untap and remove it from combat with Maze of Ith, but then he won't have it, so up to him. Don't think that he can do that.
He'll have it.
He'll have what?
Because it untaps it.
But the Maze of Ith will be tapped.
Oh, then he won't have Maze of Ith.
Yeah. Okay, he's doing it. So we're going to attack for a bunch next turn. I guess this is now untapped, so we can use it to block the 1/1s. Oh, forgot we had this Tundra. We have 10 mana now. We pretty much need this Gear Hulk to counter the Avacyn. Can also plow the Avacyn, so not too worried about it yet. Avacyn flipping though is like how he wins the game. Okay, he goes to 6, so I'm thinking he's dead next turn. Yep, I think he's now just dead. We just flash in our big boy. We plow the Giver. And we animate Gideon and he's dead. Ha! We drew Fracture Identity. Okay. He really made us work for it, but we got him. Whew. Well, I guess that's kind of the price you pay for playing blue-white control. Comes with the territory. Oh yeah. This is the hand dreams are made of. Well, Brainstorm plus Fetch is pretty nice. Island means that it's probably not a deck where this Day of Judgment is good against, so that sucks. But blue black maybe is Reanimator. Save the Brainstorm for when we know what we want.
Do you want anything from the co-op?
I don't think so. Thank you though. Maybe some dill pickle potato chips. Okay. Maybe not. No chips for this boy. Arcane Artisan. I think that deserves a plow. It's too scary. He could just like pitch in a Emrakul on our end step, but then we lose. Bribery is pretty good. Next turn we probably will brainstorm to make sure that we hit a land drop on turn 5 so that we can cast Bribery. All right. He's thinking. He's taking his time. 3 mana. Frantic Search. Okay. I keep seeing Arcane Artisan and I'm afraid that it's Reanimator, or like Show and Tell, but I've also, more times than not, I see Arcane Artisan and Storm. Okay. It is Reanimator. Oh my god. Kitesail Freebooter? Are you kidding me? I think I need to hide the Day of Judgment for the Stormtide Leviathan. With Gush, on turn 5, we can bounce 2 islands. We can tap 4, bounce to float 4, bounce 2 islands to draw 2 cards with Gush, and then play 1. And cast a 5-mana spell. If we want a Fracture Identity or Bribery. If he keeps just representing Counterspell the whole time, though, then I guess we won't do that. But we'll see. And I put back the Elspeth in the Day of Judgment, so I don't think Elspeth... I mean, Elspeth is kind of good, too, if he plays Stormtide Leviathan, but it's 6 mana, so maybe I should shuffle away the Gush instead of the Elspeth, because we're going to crack the fetch to Factor Fiction. So Maybe it would have been good to hold on to that. Reanimator gets to play hand disruption though. Very annoying. Well, I kind of feel like we should Day of Judgment. But the Elspeth will be shuffled away if we do. We could float 3, Gush, and then play a land, but we'll be at 2 lands, and then the Elspeth will be too far away. So I think we're just gonna crack this. And Day of Judgment. Thank you.
Sonic Hellscape, here we go.
I'm not gonna eat it on stream. I'm gonna eat it with my oysters after. Oh yeah, but we are getting blasted by your Sonic Hellscape. So if he has Reanimator spell right here, we were kind of in a rock and a hard place because we needed to get Jace off the board. He doesn't have to have the reanimation spell. I don't think we'll attempt to gush into force. Okay. So he has Necromancy. Here comes my 6/11. Oh, this doesn't give its power lower. We can Fractured Identity. What is? Put it becomes an RA chant. Put target creature from a graveyard on the battlefield. So land. Oh.
Doesn't that work?
It does work, but we needed a land. Does he have a counter spell in his hand? If he does, then we'd get really boned for going for the Fractured Identity play, but I think we go for it anyway. Maybe we'll hit force. Okay. Oh, we have to put this on the stack first. Oh, so we don't get his Inkwell Leviathan. That sucks.
Wait, does it just not die?
No, there's a sacrifice trigger on the stack that goes. He's gonna sack it now, but we didn't get to.
That sucks.
I know it does. I thought we were gonna get it, but. Treachery. Oh god. Okay. Well, that's a good one to know about. Oh, we take it. Okay, great. He doesn't have treachery. I forgot what Kitesail Fever did. Awesome. That worked out.
Bribery seems good.
Bribery does seem good, but then if he kills the Kitesail, we'd have to be able to kill it and cast treachery in the same turn. Hopefully we can wait on that. We'll hold up counterspell, we can factor fiction. We'll be patient. Well, those are all. I want all those cards, so give them all to me. Gimme, gimme, gimme. So if you bribery a creature, and then they treachery the creature, do you get the creature back if you remove the treachery? Because I was the original controller.
That sounds right.
Doesn't that sound right?
This fact or fiction seems wrong.
Yeah. Or we just snap in the Brazen Bar or Gearhulk combo?
I think so.
Yeah. Okay.
He put the second best card with the best card.
Yeah. I kind of wanted... It was annoying because I kind of wanted that blue source, but it doesn't really matter. Having ways to remove his reanimation, or that fractured entity on the Necromancy was...
I think it was like Brazen Bar or land.
You think so?
I think so, because Petty Theft is the best spell you could possibly have against Reanimator.
Well, not when his reanimation target has Shroud.
Not when his reanimation target has Shroud.
But now we're talking for a bunch. We have Counterspell and Petty Theft up, and Torrential Gearhulk. Probably just Torrential Gearhulking for Fact or Fiction on his end step if he doesn't cast anything that we want to counter. Well, finally playing a deck where we doesn't just automatically lose to Reanimator. Feels good, man. Well, not the greatest Fact or Fiction I've ever seen.
Gideon Jura seems pretty good.
Gideon Jura does seem pretty good. Hello. I think that seems good. I'm not quite sure, but I think Teferi Hero down area seems good. Another answer to a fatty. We got to cast Fact or Fiction twice. Dreamin'. Pinch me, I must be dreaming. Okay. We did it. Hopefully all of his reanimation spells are enchantment based, because we have answers to those.
And then you got Force and Counterspell?
I do have Force and Counterspell.
Do you have the Days for the sideboard?
No days. I do have Maze of Ith.
Seems good.
Yeah, none of these things are good against fucking Inkwell Leviathan, though.
Yeah, but it's like the most supremely raceable of the things he could reanimate. Doesn't have lifelink, doesn't draw him a million cards.
Kind of. It is unblockable.
It said raceable, not blockable.
They bring in Moat. I need to see more of his deck to know exactly what the best sideboard cards would be here. Because, like, Moat is terrible if you bring in it's like Gristlebrand. The only thing I'm worried about is a non-enchantment based reanimation spell that gets back Ink Leviathan. And I think the only one that's permanent is Reanimate itself. Because anything else that reanimates, we can plow it, we can tuck it with Teferi, we can sower it, we can kill it with Dave Judgment. Well, we can always Dave Judgment. We can unexpectedly absent it, we can Brazen Borrow, we can Gideon Jarrett. So many answers to non-shrouded boys. Maybe he's transforming out of Reanimator. Maybe we've crushed his spirit so utterly and completely that he's just beyond hope. Okay, 3 seconds left on the sideboard. He's done it. Well, it's hard to mulligan a hand with force in it, but that's what we're doing. I'm gonna pay 2 life, play Delta, and pass. Pay 2 life to probe. Hopefully, it'll make him think that we have a counter spell, so it'll take some time. Because the longer he takes to to reanimate, the more intas we have. Or just slam that. Let's do this first. Okay, well, he's kind of got the wombo combo, but nothing we can do about it, and who cares about any of this? Dave Judgment beats this. And we can't stop him from looting with Jace next turn. Hopefully we drop Plow. Ooh, Petty Elves is sick. Now he's a whole turn off. So next turn, if he discards, if he plays it on curve now, he goes Jace, and then pitches Ink Leviathan to it the next turn, and then reanimates it that immediately. You want to time to play Ketzel Freebooter before we have Dave Judgment mana. Petty that was a great draw. Can't cast Jace now. Whoops. And he played a swamp, so we know. Oh wait. No, we probed him on 1. I'm like 99% sure that he intended to cast Jace after that Signet and didn't, and misplayed it, which I've done a million times, so no judgments. There he is. Council Judgment also answers Inkle Leviathan. So, as long as he doesn't have Mind Twist. This game looks pretty locked up to me. Not getting any more land tax triggers for a while, but that's fine. If his whole deck's plan was really to reanimate Inkle Leviathan, then he really had a very low chance of ever winning. If he shows something better. I don't know what he could show me that Day of Judgment doesn't clean up. But he could go land. If he like brings out Grave Titan, he could go land Kitesail Freebooter, Day of Judgment. Oh, Ashen Rider? Okay, well. That's like a little bit annoying. But he's playing around a counterspell. Playing around a counterspell there was, I don't know. I think that was a bad choice because like we have answers to what he's doing, but he doesn't. I don't think he can afford to just sit there and do nothing. Okay. I just didn't expect him to do that. He loses the creature. Or he loses the necromancy. But he's going to start blowing up our white sources. Maybe not casting Robbery there was a mistake. Although he would have just exiled it with the Ashen Rider, whatever we got. Interesting. I guess he drew another reanimation spell. Okay, well maybe I've just biffed it into oblivion. And he's just gonna pitch it and reanimate it again. Oh, he didn't pitch the Ashen Rider. Weird. Well, now we're gonna bribery him. I wonder if he has show and tell or something. I feel like he would have cast it. Okay. Grave Titan or Consecrated Sphinx? Consecrated Sphinx draws his cards, Grave Titans kills them a lot faster, and creates a bunch of creatures that he has to worry about for his Ashen Rider if he ever gets that back. Okay, weird. It's a weird game. I don't know why he pitched that Swamp to the Jace. It might have been a misclick. Phyrexian Metamorph. Grave Titan, sure. We have Leon and Relic Border in our deck, that'd be pretty good. Well, I think we just offer the trade. Who cares? We'll have more zombies in him. We get to Prismatic Vista, get a Plains, cast Elspeth, make a bunch of 1/1s. Okay. I guess now he can reanimate the Grave Titan. But I still don't think we care. I don't think it can beat an Elspeth. Oh, I didn't attack with the Brazen Martyr. That was silly. I was thinking I didn't want to attack with anything else because I didn't want to attack with the zombies, but should have attacked with that. Entomb. Consecrated Sphinx? That was like the best creature left in his deck. Unless he wants to put Burial Rites into his graveyard. He just put an island. Yeah, he didn't have anything else to get. He didn't need to do that for Jace to flip. But Jace can't get anything. He could flip Jace and then get Preordain. But Necromancy's an enchantment. Vampiric Tutor. Okay. And he gets to draw that with Jace. If he blows up any of our lands, we get a land tax trigger to get more. Recurring Nightmare. Okay. I just don't think that matters. He loses both zombies. I guess he can bring back... Okay, first he brings back Grave Titan. That might matter actually. This Ashen Rider is really annoying. I feel like it's the card that is hurting us the most. I think him looping that is the most dangerous thing, so I'm just gonna Council's Judgment the Ashen Rider now. Force of Will would have been a good draw. Counterspell, solid.
It seems like Gush has been good.
Gush has been good. Free, draw, 2, and helping us our land drops has both been impactful.
It can ramp you from 4 to 5 mana, like
Yeah.
you did in that one spot.
Yeah.
That was pretty clever.
That was nice. Well, we have Counterspell for the Recurring Nightmare, so I think that we're just big chillin' now. Getting through this Jace might prove to be a little annoying. We still have Plow in our deck. Right? Yeah. We still have Plow that we can use to get rid of the Grave Titan. Should have taken a closer look at the deck when I briberied him. I'm glad that he went through all these things to get back Grave Titan and not Consecrated Sphinx, though. I think that would have been worse. Hopefully he didn't rip Kitesail Freebooter and he just cast Recurring Nightmare. No, he ripped Duress. Are you kidding me? Ugh. That's so annoying. Beating this Recurring Nightmare is going to be hard. He's going to make a lot of zombies. But again, we have a person who's taking an eternity to play his turns, and he is pretty low on clock. Oh, God. Just rip in the Hand Disruption. Current Nightmare seems pretty strong here. Copies Duress. Oh, sure. Get rid of our Day of Judgment. Okay. Guess we have no responses now. He gets to Recurring Nightmare, sack a zombie, get the Metamorph, copy Grave Titan. Seems great. We can kill Jace this turn with the Brazen Bar. Jace Fringe Prodigy is so fucking insane. I was scared to use the Day of Judgment earlier, but I should have just snapped off Day of Judgment on the Jace just right away. Petty Theft it. He didn't cast it because he biffed it. The next turn he cast it, just like slammed Day of Judgment. I don't think that there's any reason to try to block to kill that. We're gonna live for a really, really long time, even with their Recurring Nightmare. Oh, and his last card was another Swamp, so we can Recurring Nightmare twice this turn. That's so disgusting. And now the Inkwell Leviathan is unblockable and actually matters because we don't have Day of Judgment. Woof. I think I played this game pretty poorly, but I also think that he just drew like a lot. That turn was just really good for him. He had a lot of cards, and like every card in his hand was exactly what he needed to do a lot of different things. Metamorph, copying. I guess he could copy the Brazen Borrower if he wants to keep the Jace alive. Okay, he elected not to do that. Well, let's get as many lands out of there as we can. I don't think we have any answers to these Inqua Leviathans, though. We used the Council's Judgment and the Heed Duress, the Day of Judgment. Okay. So we can gush. Well, okay. Let's kill Jace. And then we can torrential gush. And if we need it, and if we get Gideon, Gideon can buy us a turn. Maybe we can kill him on the crackback if he has to attack with all of his creatures at Gideon. So I think that's our plan. We chump Grave Titan, then we Torrential Gearhulk for Gideon, for Gush. We gush into Gideon, and then we win on the next turn when he has to attack all of his creatures at Gideon. He won't have, I guess he'll have 2 new zombie blockers that we'll have to deal with, which probably won't be able to. That Ashen Rider was huge, getting rid of Elspeth. He drew another spell, Bone Shredder. Ugh. Okay. Sure. I guess Impulse digs us closer to Gideon, but we might need more than the Gideon in order to win. I'm gonna Impulse. What is this? Okay. Force Plow to Fairy. None of these cards are what we needed. I guess it's to Fairy. Can we play Myria Angel and Gideon next turn? No. Okay. So I don't think it matters what we take here. I don't know. Taking those, yeah, we shuffled the deck again. Leaving 4 cards on the bottom was probably better than shuffling the deck and taking 2 lands out with land tax. Because those 4 cards that weren't Gideon. There he is. A little late. At this point, we're just eating time off the clock. He chose just put them on one pile. He's like, I don't give a shit. None of those cards matter, and he is right. He still has an F6, so. Darn, we almost were able to deck ourselves. Damn, Recurring Nightmare was like the one card that got us, and then it only got us because he ripped the Duress so that we couldn't counter the Recurring Nightmare. Well, not much we could do about that. Stormtide Leviathan, I still think makes Maze of It bad. We could take Brimaz out for Moat. Does there any... He only showed us the Consecrated Sphinx that the Moat doesn't get. That seems good. So, he has Treachery, which we have to be aware of, but the plan this time is just to have Moat on the board. He won't be able to attack with any of his creatures. Oh, he has Ashen Rider too, so we'll have to worry about Ashen Rider exiling Moat. We'll have to be really careful about that. But then we just kill him with, we have flyers, and then we can, if we ultimate Elspeth, then all our creatures will be flying, and then we'll kill him. He's making major sideboarding decisions right now. He's probably worried about timing out. But if I gotta say, if there's a criticism for Blue Eye Control, it's that these games are taking forever. But I also feel like it's because my opponents are playing really slow. Okay, this seems like a good hand. He has hand disruption, but what can you do? No duress. Nice. If we miss a land drop, then we'll be able to get a land tax. I'm countering a Jace. Okay, he can have that. Nice. I think we can put the shields down for one turn. Oop. Shouldn't have 6. We have Force of Will in our deck. In our hand even. Okay. Wow. He still duressed us even when we're tapped out. Okay. He only has 1 black, so he shouldn't be able to reanimate something this turn. Yeah, he doesn't have anything. I don't think there's any reason to get aggressive. Well, I guess we can find out now. Recurring Nightmare, Hero's Downfall, Treachery. Yeah, okay, so he's just got nothing. I mean, Recurring Nightmare isn't a reanimation spell, so if we play a Myria Angel, he can Treachery it. So I guess I don't want him to do that. It doesn't really matter though. If he uses the Treachery on that, well, then he's making like 1/1s, but then we Sower it. Oh, then he has the Hero's Downfall. Okay, we'll be patient. We'll chill for a turn. Hopefully, I think next turn we can just like slam the Gideon. Oh, that dies to the Hero's Downfall too. Kitesail Freebooter. Oh, that's so annoying. He drew both of his hand disruption spells. Well, you can't cast Hero's Downfall. until he untaps. So he basically has to take off his entire turn to do it. Yep. That was a good draw. Okay, hopefully we can draw our big boy, the artifact boy, that can flash back a counterspell. Yeah, I really don't want to give him a card with Jace, so I'm just gonna cash it in. Nice. Trench of Gear Hulk. That's the card I wanted. Okay, I'm gonna draw a card. Jace's get dead. I should have waited on that, but I can't cast that even with untapping the 2 lands and have mana for Gear Hulk. I think slamming Elspeth just kills him so fast that we're gonna do it. As long as he doesn't recur. Okay, Plow is a great draw. So even if he recurs Ashen Rider this turn, it's not that big of a deal. But now we'll just leave up Torrential Gear Hulk for the rest of the game. Sweet. I think we got him. As long as we counter Recurring Nightmare, I don't think he could possibly win. I think this game is pretty self-explanatory. We're gonna win right here. He's gonna draw a card, and it's not gonna matter what it is. And we're gonna get him. Nice. Our deck is pretty solid. Preordain, sure. Treachery doesn't do anything. That pro was insane. I'm really glad we took that. Shout out to Tilford, because knowing what was in his hand changed how we played that game really hard. Frantic Search. Sure. He pitched 2 lands. He didn't even pitch reanimation targets. Yep. Bingo, bango, bongo. Alright. One more match. Let's get this trophy. Let's get this bread. What time is your meeting, Boski? Gotta wait for the delay to pick up. He's gonna see it on the stream and hear it. Right as I asked him a question, he switched the stream to something else, so he didn't get to hear me ask the question through his headphones. Devastating. I wish we had Jace the Mind Sculptor to combo with the Slant Axe, but we have regular Brainstorm. Okay. Land Axe. I kind of want to. Well, no, never mind. If he strip mined us. Wooded Foothills. Okay. Well, being on the play makes the land tax a little bit weaker. I'm a little worried about not having double blue. Steam vents, huh? Okay. Chilling against another blue deck. If we draw land, we get to Factor Fiction. If we don't, then we get land tax. The next turn. Click. Ice. Okay. Sure. Alright, well, if he makes a land drop, we get to land tax and never miss land drop again, so. Sweet. Get 2 islands. Put out a clock. We have plow if he tries to throw in a twin card. He's like, can't have spell pierce anymore, but Brimaz is pretty strong. 3/4. Tax for 4 makes boys. 5 mana. Treachery. Okay. Oh, it's free. Ugh. I mean, of all the things in the world for him to treachery, Brimaz is like pretty low on the totem pole of fearsome things. And if we unexpectedly absent it, then we get it back. Okay. We'll unexpectedly absent on their upkeep. Oh, we have to discard a card? Fuck. I didn't think about that. That was silly. Well, land tax will get us more lands. Well, we got treachery out of his deck, so feel pretty good about the situation. Sneak attack? I'll pass on that one, Buckaroo. Nice. I guess we didn't get a land tax trigger, but oh well. I think we still played that in the right way because he was gonna slam sneak attack. Yeah, we did that in a good way. I think that baited him into using it the sneak attack. So now we just chill. Attack with Brimaz. We have plow, so if his sneak attack / show and tell shenanigans are anything other than Emrakul, then we're good. And if it's Emrakul the Promised End, then it's not great, but it won't kill us. 5 mana on instep. Mystic Confluence, bouncing, Brimaz, draw a card, draw a card. Sure. It's fine. I would have liked to have stuck this Jace earlier in the game. It's too bad we didn't get a second blue source early enough. Try to course. Sure. If he show and tells in Emrakul, we can show and tell in Sower. Okay, so we have a show and tell. Yeah, he'll just be dead if he casts show and tell. Unless he has a rule spell for the Sower and the mana to cast it. Tapped Spiral of Canal. I'm not going to Factor Fiction because we have so many cards in our hand. I'm going to activate this so that I can get one more land. Oh, there's land. And then cast the Brimaz again. Brimaz, surprisingly powerful in this matchup. This seems like a good deck to cast Bribery against. Hopefully we can resolve that. Tundra. Okay, it's just Guy. He was looking for his third color. 5. Through the Breach. Well, we can't stop it. Hopefully it's not Emrakul the Aeon's Torn. It is Emrakul the Aeon's Torn. Okay. Sure. The worst part about this is that it shuffles all of his cards back into his deck. Damn. It's too bad that wasn't show and tell. We would have got him. Maybe I should have kept the land tax instead of a land. I didn't want to lose another land and be that far behind, but maybe it was more important to make sure that we hit our land drops for the rest of the game. But Jace should do a pretty good job of that too. Spell Pierce? Counterspell. Okay, sure. That's fine. Well now. That's sickening. I'm not sure we can beat that. That's crazy. This guy's sneak attack through the breach, Emrakul, Jace. Counterspell, fetches. And he got the sneak attack back. Everflowing Chalice. Okay. Well, I think right now we're just hoping that our opponent goofs up a little bit. If he casts Show and Tell, then we'll be able to put in Sower. Dang, if he had used Sneak Attack to put in anything other than Emrakul, the Aeon's Torn, I think this game would be locked up for us. But he had the best Sneak Attack card. He's through the breaching again. He shuffled back in, and when he got Gristlebrand, wow. his counter spells right there. That's the only counter spell we've seen from him. He probably has more, but I mean, your deck can only be so insane, right? This gets sacrificed at the beginning of the next end step. But then we want to plow. Okay. So I'm not going to bounce that to his hand. Guess draw 3. We can get force. Okay. Put back the Factor Fiction. Put back the Gideon. Would I really like to brainstorm into force there? Have to hope he doesn't have sneak attack and
Why
Emrakul.
wasn't he able to attack you?
Because he did it on his end step.
Oh.
That's when I cast the gush. Not sneak attack. No, please. Ugh. Okay, not Emrakul. Please. Come on. So you're telling me that this man has sneak attack through the breach, Emrakul, Gristlebrand, Jace the Mind Sculptor, counterspell, all the fixing in the world. Wow. This guy's deck is nutty. And we were so close to like being fine with so many of the things that he was doing. Bring in the Mazavith. Cut this garbage. And he didn't cast Show and Tell. I wonder if Show and Tell's in his deck. His deck would be even more insane if it had Show and Tell, but if he had cast Show and Tell, we would have like we might have been able to win because we would have just been able to throw in the Sower. Alright. Oh, this hand is so bad, I think. The Brainstorm is tempting, but we're just going to get Brainstorm locked and lose. So, ship it. This hand's a lot better. Keep. Put the Elspeth. Dang. And if we had been able to untap and cast Bribery, guess the Emrakul might have already been in his hand. This hand doesn't have double blue for counterspell, but it does have Impulse. And I don't think he showed us an artifact that we can bounce with Petty Theft, but that's okay. Library? Wow. He doesn't need it. He's got all the cards in the world. So he just has like the whole combo in his hand. Probably, right? So yeah, we don't have Teferi here, or Teferi Time Raveler. Looter Il Core. Nice. That was a good draw. Yep. So we have Mazavith to keep his looter from ever connecting. We have Counterspell. Bolt, sure. It's weird that he would choose to do it there. Can't counter that. Gotta counter sneak attack. He can crack it for blue, cast sneak attack with counterspell back up, but not much we can do about that. Doesn't look like he has through the breach though. Doesn't look like he's either. Doing it second main doesn't really make any sense. Sure. Show and tell. Not only show and tell, sneak and show. This is the nuttiest sneak and show deck I've ever seen. Library, Jace, sneak attack through the breach, Emrakul, Griselbrand, Lotus Bloom, counterspell, Faithless Looting. Hopefully we can impulse something good. Wow, he has Snapcaster Mage too. There's the bribery. Dang. I feel like he probably already has the Emrakul in his hand, but we'll never know till we try. If we hit Griselbrand or Emrakul with a bribery, we'll be in a good spot. And if he has sneak attack with counterspell backup, then there's nothing we can do. Jace the Mind Sculptor. Yeah. Okay, we got the counterspell out, so now we just need to untap land for bribery. Can we hit a second untap land in a row? This might have been too risky, but like if he had the counterspell back up anyway, then we need to get lucky regardless. Show me untap land. Oh, he can Jace bounce anything that we bribery. Why did I? Well, fuck. Bribery for Griselbrand to draw 7. So he has sneak attack in his hand. So we need to Griselbrand and then draw. Wow, he has Batterskull. Draw cards until we have force. Okay. And then I don't think we need to draw anymore. This is great. Pitch an island. We have to pitch 2 cards. Pitch another island. Yep. He has sneak attack in his hand. Weird that he didn't go for it. Weird. Pitch Factor Fiction because it costs more mana. So now we just have to hope he doesn't draw through the breach. Griselbrand, oh, Mystic Confluence, Fire Ice. Okay. Okay. So the Fire Ice showed up as 3 cards in the revealed thing. That's hilarious. Alright. So we're gonna Council's Judgment, Jace. And then we're gonna play our own Jace. We're gonna draw a card. As long as he didn't rip through the breach on this turn. Okay, he drew Spiral of Canal. He should just fire the Jace Beleren. He's hoping that I'll let him draw a card, but I'm never going to do that. And then I think... Okay, he's going to counter... I'll just counter Gideon. So we're going to chill. I wonder if he'll cycle, if he'll draw 3 cards with the Mystic Confluence. Looks like no. 15 cards in our deck. A little worried about milling out, but not super worried about it. Oh. I think I'm gonna counter this with Gear Hulk. Cause like if he draws through the breach for Griselbrand, it's not that bad. We get to so he doesn't have Show and Tell in his deck, so we could probably just take out any of the cards that we were hoping to Show and Tell in, like Sower. If he rips exactly through the breach, then he can put the Griselbrand in and draw a bunch of cards, but then he'll be out of. Okay, sure. We out of cheat cards. Oh, killed Jace, really? Wow. That's so good. I'm so glad he didn't loot. We're not holding up counter magic anymore. We have no more counter spells in the deck, so I think we just need to slam everything we can. Could just destroy the Literal Core. No. There's no reason to. Him attacking Gideon for 1 every turn doesn't do anything. Okay. Next turn we attack for 11. Actually, we probably won't do that. We'll probably just, well... Batterskull. Okay. That's a wall. Okay, you have 1 card in hand and Griselbrand. That's good. Literal Core Jace, sure. Plow. That doesn't do much here. Let's float blue. Cast Gush for free. Wow, it's a lot of lands. Brainstorm. Here we go. So now put back 2 lands. Prismatic Vista to shuffle. Cast to fairy. Whoops, that's too many mana. Cast to fairy. I think we'll just plus Gideon here. Plus to fairy. Oh, we could have attacked with Gideon and Torrential Gearhulk and then untapped Maze of Ith. Okay, Sower is good here. So we'll win in a couple turns. Not next turn, but the turn after. Has to attack Gideon. We'll just Maze of Ith the Germ. This turn we can tuck the Germ, or we cast Sower on the Germ. He's F6'd. Whoops. Okay. Alright. We managed to beat the Insane Sneak Attack deck. He does not have Show and Tell on this deck. So is there any different way I want to have the deck configured because of that? Probably not. Sower doesn't seem very good, so maybe Emiria Angel's better. Theoretically, Emiria Angel can make like 1 billion 1/1 tokens that we could sack to Emrakul M Trumpet with, so that we don't die, which seems better than Sower. It's gonna be tough to win on the draw. Library, yikes. Okay, I think we can hold the probe for a turn that we want to cast a spell on. Him having library is going to be tough to beat. I'm surprised he discarded library to Faithless Looting last game. If he hadn't, I don't think we would have been able to win. I don't think his deck has any mana acceleration, so, and he's taking turns off to do that. Chart of course, sure. Okay, we're gonna cast Brimaz. We'll probe him just to see what's going on. Pitching Batterskull, wow. That's pretty good for us. He's like all in on the combo plan this time. Oh, he still has Treachery in his deck. Weird. But he can't cast it next turn. Okay. Spotted. The Fire and Ice are 3 cards in there, so we crack this for a white source. Put our boy down. The Visions is still 2 turns away. He has a mountain in his hand. He elected not to play it. Oh, Jace bounce. Oof. Oh no. Yeah. Fuck. Well, Jace versus Teferi might be in favor for us. So if he brainstorms, he'll have seen like a billion new cards, then we won't know what they are. But if he doesn't hit a counterspell, then we can cast, well, I mean, we're casting Teferi next turn and then untapping 2 land. If it resolves, we'll draw a card and untap 2 lands to hold up counterspell, and it'll be Jace versus Teferi. He's drawing so many cards at library. Blah, blah. His deck is so sick. Ah, blah. What are we gonna do? I think it's still just slam Teferi with counterspell up. He has the treachery in his hand, which we can invalidate. Oh, he's fate sealing? Oh yeah. I'm so glad that he's fate sealing. Fate sealing is terrible. I don't give a shit. What did he do? I guess now I have to open up the game log so that I know which thing he did. He left it on top. I don't care. Leave a land on top. I want to hit land drops. That's so bad. I'd be so much more scared of him if he was brainstorming right now. 2 loyalty and 4 loyalty is like the fucking same. But he's still seen like 4 new cards this turn, thanks to the library, drawing for turn, and Faithless Looting. So the only we've seen Mystic Confluence and Counterspell. He's looked at half his deck. He pitched Gristlebrand and Treachery. Pitching Treachery is interesting. Brawl. Okay, that doesn't matter. I don't think that changes anything for us. Like, we want to get that off the board, but we don't have to right away. Okay, Treachery is gone, which is, I mean, that's worth noting. We have creatures to play. Oh. Oh, I didn't think about that. Oh, fuck. Well, we didn't hit force. Well. Alright, well, we're dead. Damn. I mean, I don't know what the right play was there. There's no way that he doesn't have either sneak attack or through the breach. And he gets to brainstorm again. Fuck. I thought we were so slick. He has to go for it though. I mean, he doesn't have to, but he has to choose to go for it. We could have force in our hand. I don't think that he wins if he waits though. I mean, there's still 16 cards. Or I guess he put 2 back on top, so they could both be in the bottom 14 cards. Blue, red, colorless. Something. Sneak attack. Okay, but no red source. We could rip Council's Judgment. No, he had the red source. He was just slow rolling it. Okay. Fuck. God damn it. Ice on our island. That's how we lose. Ice on our island. That guy had the sickest sneak attack deck ever made. Ugh. Like, I mean, the other option was just to sit there with him having Jace on the board. Like, hoping to eventually, we would have had to leave 3 mana up for the rest of the game with him having Jace. I don't know. Maybe we just needed to wait one more turn. Yikes.